The trail ends. I push through a thicket of overgrown brush. Sunlight barely reaches through the dense canopy above. The air is thick with the smell of damp earth and decaying leaves. I check my compass. Lost. Not unusual for me. I tend to wander off the beaten path. A thrill runs through me. The unknown is my playground. I push on, deeper into the woods. The silence is almost deafening. No bird song, no rustling leaves, just the sound of my own breath and the crunch of twigs beneath my boots. My eyes scan the woods, alert for any sign of life, or anything else for that matter. The forest has a way of playing tricks on you, especially as the light begins to fade. I come across a small clearing. A sense of unease washes over me, a primal instinct warning me of danger. I can't shake the feeling that I'm being watched, but by what? There's nothing but trees and shadows stretching out in every direction. The forest holds its breath, waiting for something to happen. So do I. The sun dips lower, casting long, eerie shadows through the trees. The temperature drops, sending a chill down my spine. The forest floor is a mosaic of light and shadow, making it difficult to see. I pick up my pace, eager to find a place to make camp before nightfall. The silence is broken by a twig snapping. I freeze, my hand instinctively reaching for the hunting knife strapped to my belt. I turn slowly, scanning my surroundings. A low growl rumbles through the trees. My heart pounds in my chest. I'm not alone. I consider climbing a tree, but dismiss the idea. Whatever made that sound, it's big. Big enough to climb after me. I need to find a better vantage point, a place where I can see what's coming. Then I see it. A faint trail, almost invisible to the untrained eye. This must be an animal trail, rarely used by humans. I follow the trail deeper into the woods. The trees grow closer together, their branches intertwining overhead like grasping claws. I feel a sense of foreboding, as if I've stumbled into a place I shouldn't be. The trail opens into a clearing. In the center stands a lone figure. It's a scarecrow. A shiver runs down my spine. It stands there, silent and menacing. This is no ordinary scarecrow. It's too big, too lifelike. The scarecrow is dressed in what looks like human clothes, a tattered shirt and pants. Its face is a patchwork of human skin, stitched together with rough, uneven stitches. The eyes are empty sockets staring out into the void. My blood runs cold. This isn't a scarecrow. It's a macabre monument to death, crafted from the remains of countless victims. The stitched-together skin is a grotesque tapestry of different shades and textures, a testament to the horrors that unfolded here. I step closer, drawn in by a morbid fascination. Each patch of skin tells a story, a burn scar here, a faded tattoo there. I can make out the remnants of surgical scars, old wounds that have long since healed, only to be reopened in the most horrific way imaginable. The stench of decay hits me, a wave of nausea washing over me. I gag, trying to hold back the vomit rising in my throat. The smell is overpowering, a mixture of rotting flesh, dried blood, and something else I can't quite place, something ancient and evil. I force myself to keep looking. I need to know how many people died to build this monstrosity. The scarecrow's hands are gnarled claws, each finger a different size and shape, some missing fingernails entirely. They look like they were broken and reset multiple times, the bones fused together at unnatural angles. My eyes are drawn to the scarecrow's face. The skin is stretched taut over the skull, the lips pulled back in a grotesque grin. The eyes are gone, leaving only empty sockets. Staring back at me, I can see the faint outline of the skull beneath the skin, the cheekbones sharp and prominent. The stitching is crude but effective, holding the pieces together like a macabre jigsaw puzzle. I can see the thick black thread weaving in and out of the skin, each stitch a testament to the creator's twisted handiwork. Who could have done this, and why? A twig snaps behind me. My head whips around, my heart pounding in my chest. The forest holds its breath, the silence deafening. I scan my surroundings, but I see nothing. Just trees and shadows stretching out in every direction. I listen intently, my senses on high alert. The wind whispers through the trees, carrying with it the faintest of sounds. A low growl so quiet I can barely hear it. Footsteps, or just my imagination playing tricks on me? I can't shake the feeling that I'm being watched, that something is out there, hiding in the shadows, just waiting for the right moment to strike. I clutch my knife tighter, my knuckles turning white. The hair on the back of my neck stands on end. There's something out there, I can feel it. A presence, cold and calculating, watching my every move. I need to get out of here. Now. I turn to leave, but my foot catches on something buried in the undergrowth. I stumble, falling to my knees. As I reach out to steady myself, my hand lands on something soft and yielding, something that shouldn't be there. It's a hand. A human hand, partially buried in the soft earth. The fingers are splayed, reaching out as if begging for help. The flesh is pale and cold, the nails broken and dirty. It's freshly buried, and it's still warm. Panic surges, a scream stuck in my throat. This isn't a graveyard, it's a hunting ground, and I've just stumbled into the predator's lair. The hand, still warm, confirms my chilling suspicion. The owner of this hand is nearby, and it's not dead yet. I force myself to think rationally. Panicking will get me killed. I need to find a way out of here, and fast. But the forest seems to close in around me, the trees pressing in on all sides. There's no way out, no escape. I scan the clearing again, this time with a sense of urgency I didn't have before. I need to find something, anything, that will help me survive the night. Then I see it. A faint trail, almost invisible beneath the fallen leaves, leading away from the clearing. A trail not made by nature. This trail is fresh, the leaves and twigs recently disturbed. I follow the trail, my heart pounding in my chest. The forest grows darker, the shadows lengthening with each passing moment. The silence is broken only by the sound of my own breath and the crunch of leaves beneath my boots. The trail leads me deeper into the woods, twisting and turning through the trees. I can't shake the feeling that I'm being led into a trap, but I have no choice but to follow. Staying in the clearing would mean certain death. Then I see it. Another body. This one is more recent. The flesh is still pink in places, though the scavengers have already been at work. The eyes are wide with terror, the mouth frozen in a silent scream. The limbs are twisted at unnatural angles, the bones broken and shattered. I force myself to keep moving, to look away from the gruesome sight. I can't afford to waste time here. I need to find shelter before nightfall. But the forest seems to hold its breath, watching and waiting. The trail leads me to a small creek, its waters running black in the fading light. As I kneel down to take a drink, I notice something strange. There are drag marks in the soft earth along the bank, as if something heavy has been dragged through the mud. I follow the drag marks, my hand instinctively reaching for my knife. The trail leads me deeper into the undergrowth. The trees growing closer together, their branches forming a dense canopy overhead, blocking out what little light is left. The drag marks end abruptly at the base of a large oak tree. Its roots are thick and gnarled, spreading out like grasping claws. I circle the tree slowly, my eyes scanning the ground. There's something here, I can feel it. Something hidden in the shadows. Then I see it, a faint glimmer of metal, half buried in the dirt at the base of the tree. I kneel down, brushing away the leaves and twigs. It's a necklace, a silver locket tarnished with age. I pick it up, turning it over in my hands. The locket is open, revealing a small faded photograph inside. A young woman, her face barely visible in the dim light. She's smiling, her eyes full of life. It's a cruel reminder of the darkness that lurks in these woods, a darkness that preys on the innocent and the unwary. The locket feels heavy in my hand, a tangible link to the horrors that have unfolded in this cursed forest. This young woman, her life cut short, her remains desecrated. She is a chilling testament to the evil that lurks here. And now, I feel like I'm next. I shove the locket into my pocket, my fingers trembling. The forest seems to press in on me, the air thick with a palpable sense of dread. Every rustle of leaves, every snap of a twig sends shivers down my spine. I'm no longer just lost in the woods, I am being hunted. The sun is setting fast, casting long, eerie shadows through the trees. I know I need to find shelter, a place to hide from the darkness that is closing in. But the thought of stopping, of being vulnerable, fills me with a primal terror. I have to keep moving, I have to stay one step ahead. I push on, following the trail of drag marks and scattered belongings. A torn backpack, a single hiking boot lying askew on the forest floor. Each item tells a silent story of terror and despair, a grim reminder of the fate that awaits me if I don't escape this nightmare. The forest grows darker, the air thick with the smell of damp earth and decay. The silence is broken only by the sound of my own ragged breathing and the frantic beating of my heart. I can't tell if the sounds I hear are real or just figments of my overactive imagination. I find myself whispering a prayer, a plea for deliverance from this nightmare. But deep down I know that there is no escape. This forest, this evil, it has claimed me as its own. The trail leads me to a clearing, smaller than the last, but no less sinister. In the center stands a dilapidated cabin, its wooden walls rotting and overgrown with vines. A single window, boarded up from the inside, stares out at me like a blind eye. A shiver runs down my spine. This place reeks of death. The stench of decay is overpowering, a putrid mix of rotting flesh and stale blood. This isn't just a cabin, it's a tomb, and I have a sinking feeling that I'm about to join the others. I hesitate at the edge of the clearing, torn between the need to find shelter and the overwhelming urge to run. But where could I possibly run? There's nowhere left to go. I'm trapped. As I approach the cabin, I notice something else. Footprints. Fresh footprints sunk deep into the soft earth. These are not the footprints of a hiker. They are too large, too heavy. These are the footprints of a predator, and they lead directly to the cabin door. My hand instinctively goes to the hunting knife at my side. It offers little comfort, a paltry defense against whatever lurks inside, but it's all I have. I take a deep breath, steeling myself for what I might find. My hand trembles as I reach for the doorknob. It's cold, damp, and slick. I push the door open, the rusty hinges groaning. The stench intensifies, a wave of nausea washing over me. I gag but keep moving. The cabin is dim, lit by moonlight through grimy windows. Dust motes dance in the pale light, furniture shrouded in shadows and cobwebs. But it's not the state of the cabin that chills me. It's the body parts on the floor, limbs, torsos, heads, all in decay. Flies feast on the carnage. This isn't just a cabin, it's a butcher shop. It's... A low growl rumbles behind me, deep and guttural. I whirl around, my heart leaping into my throat. Standing in the doorway, silhouetted against the moonlight, is a figure that will forever haunt my nightmares. Tall and gaunt, its limbs are all wrong, too long, too thin, like a spider's legs. Its head lolls at an unnatural angle, its eyes two glowing embers in the darkness. But it's the creature's hands that truly horrify. They're large and gnarled, tipped with claws that gleam like obsidian in the moonlight. and they're covered in blood. I barely have time to register the creature's appearance before it lunges, a guttural roar ripping from its throat. I throw myself to the side, the creature's claws scraping the air where my head had been a moment before. Scrambling to my feet, I race for the back of the cabin, adrenaline surging through my veins. The creature crashes after me, its heavy footsteps shaking the floorboards. I can hear it growling, its breath hot on my neck. I spot a small window partially obscured by debris. It's my only chance. I slam my shoulder against the rotted wood, the frame splintering under the impact. The creature is almost upon me, its claws reaching out to snag my ankle. With a final, desperate heave, I break free, tumbling out the window and into the darkness beyond. I don't waste any time looking back, I just run.